Hello, Accelerated Math 6-7 students. We are now starting Module 2, Lesson 6 video, and it is called Dividing Fractions and Mixed Numbers, and we find that on page 49 in my comp book, so we're going to turn there. All right, so we have dividing fractions and mixed numbers. I'm hoping that by this lesson, you guys are feeling very, very comfortable with working with division and working with fractions and working with whole numbers and then figuring out how to use a model to help you with all of that. They actually are pretty fun when you're using the models because the models help you picture it and it makes more sense. So today we're going to work on that again, but this time it's dividing fractions and mixed numbers. So our goal is today we will learn how to divide fractions by mixed numbers. Okay. The question that I want you to be thinking about in this lesson, and this question could possibly go all the way back until like 3rd or 4th grade, but what does a mixed number really mean? Okay, we've learned a lot of little tricks to help us remember how to change a mixed number, but the overall question that I want you to be thinking about in this lesson is what really is a mixed number? Okay, and once you can figure out what a mixed number is, it's going to make dividing things a lot easier. So, things to know. First thing that I want you to know is here is a mixed number, okay? And a mixed number is built from a whole number and a fraction put together. So this mixed number says 2 3/4. So the way that we want to figure working out with mixed numbers is we need to understand what each part is. So the first thing that I have to ask you is how many pieces make up a whole? So if we have a whole number sitting out here, how many pieces made that 2, okay? And if you don't know the answer to that question, it's very common for you to not know because a lot of times I remember when I was in early grades, nobody ever explained this to me. But the way that you figure out the number of pieces that made that 2 is you have to look at the denominator, okay? The denominator answers this question. So what we have to do is we have to see how many fourths did it take to have 2 wholes. Okay, so what you do is to understand mixed numbers, we can draw a picture of them. And you know me, pictures and me are like my life. So we're going to draw pictures to help us understand it. So if we take a look at this, we have 2 wholes and then we have 3/4 of one more whole. Well, since we know the denominator is 4, so you have to draw 4 circles because that makes up 1. So we have 2 holes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 1 hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 2 holes. And then this little fraction of it means that we have 3 out of the 4. So we can't have 3 holes. We can only have 2 holes and then 3/4 of the next one. So the question that we ask is, how many total pieces do you see? Well, all you have to do now that they're drawn is count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I see 11 total circles or total pieces. And then you're thinking inside your head, 11 what? And you have to ask yourself that question. 11 what? Well, 11/4. Because as you know, it takes 4 to make 1. So I have 4 here, I have 4 here, but I only have 3 out of the 4 here. So that's how I got 11/4. Okay? And then, guess what? 11/4 is 2 3/4 converted into a fraction greater than 1. You also know fraction greater than 1 as an improper fraction. So as you can see, 2 3/4 equals 11/4. So I'm hoping that by explaining this a little bit to you, you now understand what a mixed number really is. Okay? So our next step is to divide. So I'm going to write the problem right here, and I don't want to show you the whole thing because then you'll just copy the answer and you won't pay attention. So we're going to try a problem. And the problem is 5/6 divided by 4 1/2. So I'm going to write that right here. 5/6 divided by 4 1/2. So our first job before we can do anything is we have to make this mixed number into a fraction greater than 1. So we're going to use our new technique that I just taught you. The denominator tells you how many pieces we have to make a whole, and we have 4 holes. So we have 1, 2, that's 1 hole. We have 1, 2, that's 2 holes. 1, 2, that's 3 holes. 1, 2, that's 4 holes. And then we have 1 of the next set. So that's how many we see. Does everybody see it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 out of the 2 that we have to have. So that's 4.5. So now count your pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this becomes 9, and it takes 2 pieces to make a whole, so we have 9 halves. Everybody see that? So then you just bring down what you have, so the division symbol, bring down 5, 6, and now we know where to go from there. So the next step that I would say in solving this is find your common denominator, okay? So I would say 6 is the common denominator, so how did I get from 6 to 6? I multiplied it by 1. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So that would be 5, 6. How did I get from 2 to 6? I multiplied it by 3. What you do to one side, you have to do the other. So 9 times 3 is 27. Okay? Everybody with me so far? So now, once you have a common denominator, all you have to do is divide straight across. So let's go. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 5 divided by 27 is 5 divided by 27. Okay, and then simplify that out. 5 27ths divided by 1 is 5 27ths. So the answer to this problem is 5 27ths. Okay, everybody see that? Not complicated once you can get everything organized in a way that helps you think. Okay, so we get 5 27ths as our answer. All right, okay, moving on to the next one. So your job, I'm going to do one of these with you just to make sure you're on the right track, and then your job is to do the 4 left, okay? So we're going to practice this last one together, and then you're on your own. Okay, so copy the problem. 2/5 divided by 3 4/7. Okay, so our first job is to turn this into a fraction greater than 1, and I'm going to use the pictures. The denominator is 7, so I have to have 7 circles to create a whole. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 3. And then I have 4 out of the next one. 2, 3, 4. So this is 4/7. So now our job is to count how many we see. And we remember that 7 is what makes a whole. So count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So now we have 25/7. Okay? Bring down the division, bring down the 2/5, and now we need to find a common denominator. So this is 5, this is 7. What would be the common denominator? You're right, it's 35. So 35 is the common denominator. So how did I get from 5 to 35? I multiplied by 7. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we have 14. How did I get from 7 to 35? We multiplied it by 5. What you do to one side, you have to do the other. If this overwhelms you, think of quarters, guys. How much do you have when you have 5 quarters? You have $1.25. So write 125. And now we divide straight across. What is 35 divided by 35? 1. What's 14 divided by 125? You got it. 14 divided by 125. So 14 divided by 125 divided by 1 is 14 divided by 125. Now, the only thing that I can see out of this 14, 2 goes in there, but 2 doesn't go into there. 7 goes in there, but 7 does not go into here. So the question is, are we finished? And the answer is yes, we're done. So that is the answer. So your answer to this problem is 14/125. Boom, done. Okay? So that's the whole process right there. So your job tonight is to do this one. 3/4 divided by 6 2/3. 1/3 divided by 4 3/4. 2/5 divided by 1 7/8. And the last one is 7 1/2 divided by 5/6. Okay, so that's your job, is to get those done. And that's it. Hopefully you find this fun and easy. Please, 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 please remember how we change a mixed number into a fraction greater than 1. And if the pictures help you, please, please, please use it. Let's go back to our goal. Our goal for today is we will learn how to divide fractions by mixed numbers, and we just did that. And then the question that you need to be able to answer is, what does a mixed number really mean? Hopefully you can verbalize, here's a big hint, you can verbalize what I showed you. Okay? I hope that that was fun. I hope that it made sense. And we'll do some more practice problems with it tomorrow in class. All right, my dears, have a good one. Bye.